Hey you guys, it's Debbie from My Vagabond Style, and I'm excited to bring our first Flippin' with Friends. And if you are not familiar with the Marguerite Miller Collage Weekly Planner Challenge, it's a 52-week challenge. Most of us release our videos around every Sunday, and she provides prompts. We come up with these prompts and make a collage out of it. So it's not that easy sometimes. Sometimes it's a great, easy process, and other times I'll spend hours looking for different items, and it's so fun to see what all the other channels, you end up getting favorite channels, see what they come up with. And sometimes it's funny because they line up with what you did, and sometimes you're like, wow, I never even thought of that. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to bring in my first guest, which is Barbie from Nellie and Ruth Designs. And we've actually created a friendship over this, and I'm just really excited and happy to call her my friend. So let me add her in. And there she is.
You had to think about the name, didn't you?
I did.
You got Barbie, right?
I got Barbie, but I was like, oh, it's Nellie and Ruth Design. And that's funny because she does that on my channel, about my channel a lot.
I know. I always want to say Vagabond Dream. I don't know why. It's Vagabond Style. And I always hesitate.
Vagabond Style and Nellie and Ruth Designs. Yes. So let me get the center here.
You like my headphones? You like my skull candy? My skull crushers?
I'm glad you got ready for the interview.
My son had to help me.
Right. So I'm on StreamYard, and this is a new platform for Barbie. So we'll have to.
That's why these.
I don't know.
I feel like I should be in a song booth belting out a Adele song or something.
Are you going to sing?
We don't want. No, I couldn't carry a tune in a paper bag. You do not want to hear me sing. I don't even sing in church anymore.
You just mouth it like you're really singing.
Yep.
I'm glad we had tech support standing by. Thank you, Patrick.
Yep.
So anyway, Barbie, if you can just tell me like how long. I had questions.
Yep.
Where you're located can be just kind of generic, and I'm not expecting your address. And,
you already have it.
Right.
You have it, so I don't need to give it.
How long you had your channel, and what type of art you do, and your other creative outlets.
Okay. I am in the mountains of the Adirondacks, upstate New York, way upstate, not Westchester. A lot of people from the city say, oh, I live in upstate, which they consider Westchester, but I'm like closer to the Canadian border. Okay. Yeah, it's beautiful here. We're surrounded by all different lakes and woods, things like that. So that's where I'm at. And I started in June of 2019, my YouTube channel doing art crafts. I don't want to say arts and crafts, because arts and crafts is, you could be making so many things. Oh, right. Paper crafting. So I used to have an Etsy shop, and I made a lot of Bella's in here with me. So I made a lot of things for my Etsy shop, and then I had to stop that because it really got to be a job, and I didn't like it anymore.
Right.
I made a couple things that really took off, and I just couldn't do it. So then I stopped that, and then I got into selling on Instagram, and I made some really pretty pennant banners, and they were all vintage. And then I stopped that because that really took off, and I would be up till like 11 o'clock at night gluing and glittering. I would take vintage Christmas cards, and I would throw them in Photoshop, reprint them, fussy cut them, and then I would literally paint them with glue and do all the glitter, and I would make these beautiful, beautiful pennant banners for the holidays. But again, it got to be too much. I was up till 11 o'clock, 11:30, and I'm like,
When
you know,
craft, your fun thing, your creativity becomes a job.
yeah, it's not fun anymore. So I was missing something. I still scrapbook all the family pictures. I'm way behind. That's my one goal. And for 23, I said I wanted to at least get 1 year done, and I haven't because of the YouTube channel, because I started this collage art and I'm obsessed with it now. You know, and it was all because of Marguerite Miller. I mean, I was doing junk journal, and my son said to me, he goes, "Mom, you should really have a YouTube channel." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know," Patrick, because he had one, and he goes, "Mom," he goes, "as long as he goes, you're crafting anyways." So I tried some different things. I tried the scrapbooking. That doesn't go. Nobody was interested in that. So I tried different things. And then when Marguerite Miller came around, I used to watch Gail Agostinelli all the time. And Gail would do it. And I thought, that's really cool. So I didn't do it the first year that Marguerite did it. I did it. This is 23. I started in 22, I think.
Okay.
And I was addicted. I just really, really, really liked it. So that's basically what I do. And I'm finding that my subscribers, I mean, I could do junk journals all day and make ephemera.
Yes.
I don't get the views on that. There's a lot of other gals out there that, Carol Laws is phenomenal. And I watch Carol all the time. You've got Rachel from Roxy Creations. She's fabulous. You got Artie Mays. I think all of those women that are Louise Heinzel, all those women that are established and started it back in, say, like 2011, 2013.
Right. They've been doing it for so long.
And they have quite a following. So I've never liked to ride on anybody's shirt tails, and I don't like to copy anybody. So I'm just trying to figure this out, but I found that my collage art started doing well, but my surreal collage art has really taken off. So I think that's kind of like where my heart is taking me right now.
Right. So it's kind of changed and evolved over the year.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Great.
And I love watching so many, I love your collage arts. I love Michi's. Everybody has their own style. Right. So you can kind of look and say, if you had everybody lined up, I'd say, oh, that's Deb's, that's Mich, that's Susan Gazaway. That you can tell everybody's style. And that's what I like, because I look at it like music. Like, I listen to all 70s music. I have to have variety. Okay. Today's pop culture, to me, everybody sounds the same. I don't like that. I want to listen to, like, Creedence Clearwater. I want to know the difference between them and Three Dog Night or the Allman Brother Band, and the Traveling Wilburys or Tom Petty. And that's what I want to see in people's art. I don't like to see all the same stuff.
Do you have a process when you look at the prompts? Like, do you have a way you would tackle each week?
Yeah, I usually pick out the easiest thing I can find on the prompt. Like, when you're looking for a desert item, it's supposed to be a dessert item.
I know that happens.
You spend hours, but no, I will. I try to find something. I'm looking at one of my prompts here. And the first one, it was the first one for 23, any kind of transportation. So I'll grab my book or my magazine, and that's the first thing I look for. And if I see something I really like, then I build around that. I've always said, if you find a Kohler sink that you like, remember the old commercial? They would show the Kohler sink, the faucet. They would show the faucet, and the woman would say, build me a house around this, because she had to have, that's an old commercial,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, it's Kohler, and they would show the really cool faucet, and she would say, build me a house around this. And that's kind of like what I do. I'll find one prompt that I can really run with, and
Right.
if I find it, then I have to really think about the others, because that one prompt I do want to use.
Right. And you do a lot the way that I kind of do it, where I like it all to be cohesive. Like those prompts relate in some way. Like I just randomly, most of the time, I think I've done one or two collages where it doesn't tell a story when you look at it. But most of the time, mine do.
I have to tell a story.
Yeah.
It has to make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
I do enjoy watching others that put beautiful collages together with things that are so random and it turns out wonderful. It's just, I just don't do it that way. I don't know why.
Yeah. And sometimes I'll see a collage that I really like, and unless they have a title, sometimes people will title theirs.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't make sense of it. It's like, okay, what are they trying to say? I love all the images, and I'm talking about other surreal artists where they really get, but it's like Mich. She has a certain way of doing a collage, and she brings it all together beautifully. Mm-hmm. I can't do that. I wish I could. Just the way she builds her collage, and that would be a challenge for me, right? Because she always starts out with the strips of paper and her patterns,
and then she builds layers
and and it's like, I'm going to try that, but I'd have to really rewire my brain.
Yeah, I'll link her channel below too, so that people know who we're talking about. But yeah, so that's interesting. And then, what is your favorite resource that you use to find your images? Do you have a special place?
The first book I pick up is usually it's called the Rob Report.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a magazine. It's a high-end magazine that my husband has always gotten through his company. And there's cars. I love working with watches.
Oh, me too. Me too.
I don't know what it is, but they have got huge faces of watches in there.
Yeah.
Everything is oversized, and I think that's why I like it too, because you can incorporate things. Like if you were to take the watch face out, you could actually put somebody's real face in there. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing. I couldn't work in Marguerite's book anymore. The one that you could purchase, it was too small for me.
I know, me too. I never even did the first one in it because I was like, I can't do this. So I didn't use the planner this year at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the 8.5 by 11. And if I could, some of mine, like the one that I just did on my YouTube channel, the Surreal Christmas one, that was a 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper.
So I just bought for next year this one.
Yeah.
This one is a 9 by 12.
9 by 12. That's perfect.
And I have a 7 by 10 that I worked in this year. And I found it rather constraining because I get most of my images from my large, oversized holiday magazine.
You have your holiday magazine. Yes.
So, yeah, this one is huge.
And I have some Better Homes and Gardens from the 1940s, and they're the same size as that. I have a Collier's magazine, which I'm sad to say I sold a lot on YouTube a few years back. I wish I had them now. It was before I started doing the collage art. And like the older magazines are large. They're like 9 by 13. Yeah. So you're going to get those bigger car images, which I think is great, because if you want to use an animal, you need that size.
Yeah.
And even if you want to make something like there was a collage I did here where it was I took the Rob Report, and I think it was a background of a city, and then I went and I took a large car that was flying away with dragonflies were actually flying away with the car. I do. I can find it here. So I like to mix the large and small. I don't think I marked that one. But that's what I think makes a collage really interesting is when you have, oh, here it is. See, this is this was from a Nash advertisement. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, I remember see? So, and the prompts on that were something found in a garage, so that's the car, and art scrap. I think that's up here. Oh, this side, that there, because I had done some watercolor painting. A path or road, so that's down below. A flying insect, a business card. I don't think I did something flat, but there's the business card, and I just put the Nash over it this way.
Oh, that's great. I love that one.
So, yeah. So I tend to go towards the vintage. And if I can't find something on vintage, I'll go to Flickr, the Commons. Okay. And you can get a lot of images free on there. There's no copyright infringements.
Yes.
And I mean, it's nothing that I don't sell anything. So, but sometimes I will, like that Jeep that I just did in my last Marguerite Miller for the dessert one with a fish. I got that Jeep off of the Commons, off of Flickr. So,
yes, I used to use it more than I use it now, but it's a great resource for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, let me, I think I'll show one of mine. Let's see. Okay, this was from week 5. So this was very early on in the process. Let me make myself here. Hang on.
There you go. Yeah, I like that one.
This one was fun. 2 guys in Hawaii, sailors, having a little good time there. And so this one was sand or stone, which, obviously is there. Something cold was the beer. A clock or time was the Aloha Tower, which is there in Honolulu. And a photo, and this was an actual vintage photo from a estate sale that I had gone to. And I actually have like several pictures of these guys. And something that came in the mail, which is my postcard there. So, and
yeah, I like that.
So that was a fun one too.
And I'd be able to pick yours out because you do a lot with planes.
I do. So,
which I really like.
It was Veterans Day, and I am a veteran, and I was in the Navy, the Air Wing. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for your service. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I really did. So.
You need to read the book, The Gals Who Stepped Out of Line.
Oh, who is that?
It's from World War II, and it's about all the women that served in the military and basically weren't recognized.
Oh, wow.
They were spies. Yeah.
So is it fiction?
No, it's true stories about, I think there's 18 women that they wrote about in there. Yeah. It's called The Girls Who Stepped Out of Line. I'll send you the link. Oh, it's fabulous.
Okay. Yeah. I really do. I enjoy a lot of historical fiction. I read a lot of, World War II things.
That's what I do. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, let's see. What else was I going to ask you? Well, why don't you show another collage? Maybe another one, maybe a favorite of yours.
Let's see. A couple marked here. I'll show you the one that has really gotten the most, and I don't know if it's because it's the first one. I don't know, and then I'll show you one of my favorites. I don't know if it was the first one and people were trying to get an idea, but this one has well over 1,000 views, and I don't know why. It's my Curious George one.
Oh, how cute is that? Yes, I remember that now.
Yep. That was the very... That was week 1. That was the very
Oh,
first
one,
one.
you said, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So again, that was any kind of transportation, a
Uh-huh.
library card, a zoo animal, your handwriting, stained paper, and then bonus was a sticker.
I love how you placed those monkeys, like, the one is interacting with the other one, and yeah, and that
Yeah,
was,
isn't that cute?
already the start of your surreal journey right there.
Yeah. And then the other one that I really like, but that one, and I'm wondering if it's just because it was the very first one.
Hmm.
Um, but this one I really liked. And the background on this is from the Rob Report. And then you'll be able to tell what I got. I have a lot of children's books as well that I like
Hmm.
to use. So I like to incorporate new and old, but I really like this one.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, with the little boy swimming in the bathtub.
Uh-huh. So
The
cool.
mom had been out for the day, and the dad was supposed to be home taking care of the kids. And
Right? And things happen.
and then that one, it was something with a plug. And that's why I picked so the
Oh, right.
prompts were, yeah, something with a plug that has a plug, a house, a photo of your family or a family member, a piece of a letter or postcard, stitching, real drawn or stamped, and then cursive. So I don't know if I got them all, but
Well, and that is the thing about Marguerite Miller too, is in her planner that I got, she does say right in the front, like, if you don't want to use one of the, you can replace it with the bonus.
yeah,
That was kind of her. And honestly, the whole part of doing this challenge is to get you creative and your juices
yes.
flowing, and to be able to come up with something when you're kind of stuck. So, and the
Well,
challenge.
that's right. And that's what I think. It's just to get, and when I do a collage, it's to challenge myself as well. I
Right.
look at more of like how can I top the next one? Can I use, more children's books? I mean, how, yeah, I just think it's a challenge all the way around. I think if you take creative license, that's where you grow.
Right. And you don't
Where
have
you
to stay in that box.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
and she does say on there too, I think that, a loose interpretation is fine.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not all about the rules.
Exactly.
They're made to be broken.
That's right.
So, anyway, let's see. I'll show another one. This one was week 11.
Oh, I love that one.
This one, it was just fun. Let's see, it had a cold-blooded animal, which I did not use on this one. And then it was something you see or do on vacation. I think I
Hmm.
chose that they were dancing and partying it up. A bit of yellow, which there was the guy in the background over here. He's got some yellow on.
And there's yellow in her dress.
Yep. And there's yellow in the map, and that was
Yep.
part of one of the prompts. And then sheet music. So it just kind of, and then I did some little splatters on there.
Yeah, I love that one.
Thank you. So that was a fun one. And I was going to ask you, are you planning on doing the challenge next year?
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything. Usually by this time of year, I hear something. I haven't heard anything. So I hope that Marguerite does come up with some prompts.
I think she is, because I did hear maybe a month and a half ago, she said she was doing it again, but I haven't
Okay.
seen. I would think, yeah, by now the planners would be going up, or maybe they're not done being printed or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I do plan on doing it. Only for the fact that I know my subscribers, they really like it. And I find that my surreal collages are starting to take off on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I really enjoy. I think that's kind of like where my heart is going, in that direction. So I'll probably just concentrate more on the collaging. And I have a Rolodex. I have an old Rolodex as well. And I thought I would do maybe some smaller collages on the Rolodex cards.
Uh-huh.
And then maybe with the Rolodex cards, I can incorporate maybe a little bit of watercolor, just kind of loose watercolor backgrounds or something, because I miss that too.
Yeah, I just got a bunch of watercolors too. And there's here where I live, they teach some classes at the clubhouse. And so I took one recently. Let me grab this. And it was just to get you kind of warmed up with.
Oh, that's pretty.
But they teach it. They don't want you to use any pen. And I love pen with watercolor.
Really?
That it's like not a true watercolor. It's mixed media if you use a pen on it. Well, I don't really care. I just want to like my creations. And then we did this.
Oh, you're very good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I have to do the abstract. As far as draw, I can't draw.
I didn't draw it. What we did was we took,
I need a stencil to do that.
we took our watercolor paper against a backlight. And so they had a drawing of this.
Oh, okay.
So you actually draw it out in pencil ahead of time. And then you do have to like figure out how watercolor works.
Yes.
Which, is a lot of just playing around and seeing how things mix. And then when you use one set, it reacts a lot differently than your other set. So I could see why people end up having favorite sets of watercolors.
Yes. And I actually I have sets, but I also have tubes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I signed up for a class. I think it's Laura Horn. Laura Horn Art. She's over in Australia, and I bought one of her classes. She does a lot of abstract art. And I think I got the course back in the summer. I've done one session and I miss it. And I really.
Is it stored and you can go back and do it later?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Once you buy, it's like buying a junk journal tutorial for Mrs. Cog's Crafts.
Okay.
Once you buy it, it's on your computer. You have it, you own it, and then you can just go back and do it whenever.
I just signed up for Wonderlust. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's every week. There's a new instructor with a different technique of something on there.
Oh, okay. Is it watercolor?
There's some watercolors on there. There's all different stuff on there.
Mixed media and all that stuff?
Yeah. And there's some people you would recognize on there. If I think about it, I'll put a link on there I'm gonna have some linking to do of what you signed up for and what I signed up for.
Yep. So. Yeah, I like Laura Horn. She's very relaxed. I think that's just the Australian way. Just
right.
She's very, very good at explaining things. Very mellow. I like her a lot. She's very encouraging. But again, like I said, I got beautiful watercolors last year at Christmas, and I haven't even begun to. So I really want to do that. I mean, I've tried some of that and put it on my channel as well, but that doesn't get, a lot of views.
My watercolor doesn't either, because I feel like, we've kind of, with the collage, we've driven our channel. We do so much of that.
Yes.
And all of our viewers are there for that. They're not necessarily watercolor artists or wannabes or interested in that, which is hard because you and I both have a lot of extra things that we like to do besides collage.
Yes, so, and offer. So, I'm betwixt and between. So I think starting in January, I'm not going to be I'm going to try to do some videos ahead of time because I'm having that surgery. So I'm going to be laid up for a while.
Yeah.
And then that would be a good time for me to kind of like go through my magazines, do fussy cutting, for collage art and stuff like that.
Nice.
But yeah, I think I'm just gonna change over and do mostly collage art. I'll still do journals, but they'll be personal or for a gift or something. I'll do them behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might do a flip through. Obviously, if I get a new craft magazine or I get a new sticker book, which I've just purchased some the other day, I'll do flip throughs of those so people can see. Because it's nice to show those so people just don't, like with the Daphne's Diary. I like to see the Daphne Diary flip throughs. They're expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't like it, and I have to travel 30 minutes to get one.
Oh, do you?
If I don't like it, I'm not going to spend the money on it.
Right.
I'll just bypass that month. So I think flip throughs are really important.
Right. And it doesn't matter. I had one on there of an old Daphne's Diary. I've done my vintage magazine flip throughs because you can, find those on eBay a lot of times. So
Yep.
I think they're also very helpful. Before you spend, $14 on an old magazine, you want to make sure you're going to use it.
Yes. So, yeah. But I think I'm just going to head towards the collage art, and then the rest of I've made a promise to myself that just to try to spend one full day. Monday, my schedule is usually Monday. I'm in my craft room and I do my crossword puzzle collage and I do Marguerite Miller's collage for Thursday and then that following Sunday. Then I try to do something. I can't always do one of the big surreal collages because it takes sometimes a couple weeks to find the images and the whole thought process.
Right.
But I like to throw something in there for a day 3. But then I made a promise that on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, it's just either watercolor or for myself, but it's family scrapbooking weekends.
Yeah.
I've got to get them. I feel like I'm running out of time. My boys are getting older. And I'm running out of time. And that's the one thing I've promised them, that I would finish 10 years of photos. and I'm like, you really want these? Mom, we want the books.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah. So I have to be better. I get torn. I'm a pleaser. I want to please all my subscribers. I want to please my family.
Right.
It's hard.
Yeah. And then you have some commitments when you decide you want to do this for 52 weeks, it's like, and there's life that gets in the way. And you're like, oh, so you've done what I've done a lot of times is if you know something's coming up, you film 2, 3, 4 of them in advance, just so that you can not have to worry about it. And that is very helpful.
Yes. Yeah, it does. It helps a lot. So, yeah.
So, anyway, thank you so much for being my first guest. I so appreciate you.
Thanks for asking me. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's going to be fun to see all the other channels come through. And I've talked to Barbie on a personal level. We have video chats and stuff like that. So this has been super easy because we know each other.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to meeting some of the others that I haven't actually talked to as well and making some new friends. So that's why I called it Flippin' with Friends, flipping out with friends.
It's going to be fun because I love to hear everybody's stories.
Right.
And I always encourage people. I'm like, I'm a big sharer. I mean, I'm an open book. I love people. So when somebody leaves a comment, it's like I'm learning something about them. It's, as you know, YouTube is a one-sided street.
Yes, and people feel like they know you, but
we don't know them.
We don't know them. We don't have a face. We don't have a style.
No,
nothing.
And some of them
comments that they make.
Right, and they don't have social media, so it's like I can't see their work. I don't know what they do. So I always say, you know, drop me an email and let me know what you do. And if there's something that, and there was one gal that has watched me for a long time. I had no idea she does collage art because she comments so much on my junk journals. I'm like, really? You do collage art? I had no idea.
And does she have Instagram? No.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Wow. Yeah. And
No.
I have found some amazing Instagram artists that are doing the challenge as well. So I have 2 on my list to interview, which will be fun.
Good.
So
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, the more we can find out, right, the more we can find out about our subscribers, then we can roll a little bit more, you know?
Right.
So yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing your next creation.
I know. It'll be fun. It'll be another Christmas one. It'll be another Christmas one. Okay. Love you too, Deb.
Bye.
All right. Bye.